All right, Jack, you're a music producer from Israel.
Yeah.
And now you move here to the Netherlands. Tell me how does that happen? What is the story behind that?
Why did I move to the Netherlands? This is probably the most asked question I get. Okay, I'm gonna record Albert Heijn so I can make a song out of it. Oh, that's the most beautiful sound. Top. It's a long story, of course. There's a lot of factors to it, but I've been making music since I'm like 15.
Okay.
By the time I'm like 18, I'm like super passionate. I did drop out of high school because I was so passionate about the music.
Yeah.
And I ended up visiting the Netherlands in like 2018.
Okay.
It's called a festival called ADE, which is like a massive conference for like all the industry. I really wanted to meet more people, so I came here for that. And I think like when I visited, I was super impressed not only with the industry,
Yeah.
but also like I was just so much happier because I met so many people my age that were doing music.
Interesting.
And I just like ever since I came that time, I kept coming back
Yeah.
every year till I decided eventually like, nah, this place makes me so happy, not just like industry-wise, but also
Like I gotta live here.
I gotta live here.
Yeah.
I gotta try it at least, so I know I tried because I wasn't necessarily fully happy in Israel.
Yeah.
So I moved, and then here I am.
Okay, wait, so then you originally came here for music,
Yeah.
but now you've also kind of become like this viral sensation here in the Netherlands. How did that happen?
I guess you could say that.
Nah, come on, man. You know it's true.
That was not planned at all.
No?
I never like planned for any of like the social media thing to happen, but
Yeah.
I basically got here and I asked a few of my Dutch friends like, hey, what's the biggest Dutch hits? Like, what's the biggest Dutch songs? And they just sent me like super classics like Watskapert and Noodgeval. And I basically just like recorded myself listening to it.
Yeah.
Because I was like visiting some Dutch cities and I was like filming myself. I had some experience with social media before that,
Yeah.
but I just recorded myself and I put it online. Really, I didn't think much about it. I just thought it might be funny for Dutchies to see me
Yeah.
listening to their biggest songs.
Yeah.
And overnight, those videos like really blew up. Like I'm talking like a few million within the first few days.
Serious.
So I was like, okay, I really caught on to something here. I don't know what it was. I didn't understand why people were so entertained by it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I realized I was up to something and I just like did more of it.
Yeah. All right, so in total, you've been here now for about a year or so? Yeah?
Yeah,
All
it's,
right.
it's a year and 5 days.
A year and 5 days.
Anniversary, yeah.
Congratulations. So I'm curious to hear from you, man. What are the top 3 pros and cons that you experienced from living here in the Netherlands?
Fucking love that question.
Yeah?
That's a good question. Let's start with the
Let's
positive.
start on the positive side.
Positive
You know,
side.
Dutch, we gotta warm them up a little bit first.
Yeah. And these are just my things that I think that I really noticed that I really love. One, the way everything is structured and the cleanliness of everything. Like when a pole gets broken here, like it gets fixed like really quickly.
Like that, yeah.
Like I can't underestimate how like happy that makes me when a city just like works and everything is taken care of.
Yeah.
I just love the Dutch system, and that goes for also like administration. Like
Yeah.
everything just works well. Second thing, I love the Dutch people. I don't know, the Dutch women. You know, it's like
He's trying to win some points. He's trying to win some points.
yeah, man. It's like I don't know. It's like everyone's speaking, especially for the Dutch women. They're so happy and so ambitious. And that's you see that in other countries as well, but I think for me it's like not everyone, but a lot of people are so open-minded and so friendly in a
Yeah.
lot of ways. Like it's super common for me to like be out at a bar or be out drinking and just make new friends and start conversations, and I just like the lifestyle. So
Yeah.
Third pro. Now that we've covered the women.
Yeah.
super cliche, but I just love the fact that it's a very like not car centric
Yeah.
sort of mentality. It sounds dumb, but it's also sort of close to the first answer I gave about like how everything works. Like that, it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Everything is so close. You want to go to the supermarket, you walk to the supermarket. You want to go take a drink, everyone's downstairs having a drink. Like
Yeah.
everything is bikeable.
Yeah.
And that makes such a big difference. Like every time I go to America and even Israel, like I don't know, like these countries are just so based on cars.
Yeah.
Every time I go to America, I just get pissed off. First 10 minutes I'm there, I'm getting triggered
Yeah.
because it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And I think once you experience this, I'm like, okay, I can't change that way of life.
Okay, now it's time for the dark side.
The dark side.
It's time for the dark side.
Oh, I think, well, it depends when you ask me these questions, but right now I get very frustrated with, this is not only for the Dutch, this is like a little bit European as well. Like everything has to be so planned ahead.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
it kills
like,
me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the kind of person who likes structure. I'm a very structured person. But when it comes to like social, I like a bit of, you know, like, let's just vibe. Like, what are you doing tonight? Let's just go out, you know? What are you doing next weekend? Let's just, like, do something. Like, you don't have to have everything planned out.
Yeah.
Here, if you don't make your weekend plans,
It's over.
2 weeks or 1 week before, you're fucked.
Yeah.
It's hard to find cons, honestly.
Yeah.
It's hard
If
to
you don't
find
have three,
cons.
that's also okay.
High taxes, high taxes.
Oh.
As much as I love it here so much, it's like I think if I start making a lot of money, I'm gonna get very pissed about that.
Yeah.
Right now it's all chill, but if the day comes and I start having like, I think it's over 25K, you like, oh, they're taking like 30, 40%, so that sucks.
Yeah.
But at least it's for a good cause. Like
Yeah.
I like, you know, you pay money and then they fix the tree.
Exactly.
So at least there's like you feel like it's going somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I know you talk all about the weather a lot. I know you hate the weather.
How did that not come into my head immediately? How was that not the first thing I said? Okay, I come from Israel,
Yeah.
a very hot country, too hot. But bro, can we have some balance? I know, like the Netherlands is 7 months gray.
Yeah.
And wasn't so bad last winter, but when summer came, I just realized, oh, I'm happier.
Yeah.
It's like you just realize how much happier you are. So I think the winter is fucking brutal.
So I have for you a list.
Oh shit.
A list of 5
Shit.
5 Dutch expressions. And I want you to read them out loud.
Okay.
And then try to guess what the expression
What they mean.
stands for.
Okay,
Yeah?
okay.
It's cool?
Let's see.
Let's start with number 1.
Yeah.
And I have my little cheat sheet here to make sure I got the right answers.
Okay. Alsof een engeltje op je tong pist. So, tong, I think is tongue.
Yeah.
Als je een engeltje op je tong pist. I don't know at all.
Any guess? No?
Is it sexual?
No. I wouldn't do that to you, man.
Yeah.
All right, so that one is as if an angel is peeing on your tongue. And so that means when something is like super lekker. Like, you know, I know you love your brood, right? You love your bread.
That brood is so good. Brood.
So you can say, oh, this is like also een engeltje op je tongpiece. Like,
Okay,
it's
that's a
just
good
like,
one.
It's a nice one, right?
That's a good
something
one.
you can use, you
That's
know?
a good one. Yeah, I like that.
All right, number 2.
Okay, number 2. Nu breekt mijn klomp. Nu, I just break my leg or something.
Close. So klomp is like the wooden shoe.
Nu breekt mijn klomp. I just broke my shoe. My klomp. Yeah, is that it?
Yeah, but then like, so the expression itself, it's like when something unexpected suddenly happens and you're just like, oh, now I just like broke my klomp. Like, it's just,
Oh,
yeah.
such a Dutch thing. Nu break my klomp, man. Fucking echt insane. Nu break my klomp.
Okay, last one, man, last one.
Wat heb ik nou aan mijn fiets hangen? What am I gonna do now that my bike is hanging?
That was really close. I'm
Okay.
proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. So it's like, what do I have hanging on my bike? So
Oh,
this is like,
close.
This is like what's going on now. Like, what have ik nu op mijn fiets?
Yeah.
All right, Jack, something I would love to get your opinion or advice on, and I think others watching this would too, is what tips or advice would you give for someone that's moving to the Netherlands? Like, what's something you wish you would have known? Or,
One, expect the housing market to be really, really hard. And I feel like that's something that I didn't really consider how hard it was gonna be. Like, you cannot find a place here if you're not living here yet. So you have to have this whole structured plan of how you're gonna move here, find a temporary spot, and then find a new spot like in a really short amount of time.
Yeah.
So I think do a lot of research on the housing market and figure out call them up. You know, call the landlords up. I think that's what really helped me with the housing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this goes for like any expat. I think one of the most important things. If you want to move to another country, the one way to make your experience 100 times better is by learning the language.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds like every person says this, but I can't underestimate, like once I just learned how to like greet someone, you don't have to have full conversations. I feel like that's what I understood and what makes me feel so much better. It's like, it's not about having full conversations. It's about saying, good morning, how are you? Can I have a coffee? And then the rest is English.
Exactly.
But people treat you so much better. And I feel like if I can give one tip to anyone, it would be like, learn the basics. Like really learn the basics and it will change your experience. You'll feel so much more like a local.
So this is
Welcome, man.
This is where the magic happens?
This is where it's at.
Oh,
sorry,
dude.
it's a bit messy. Usually way cleaner, but
This is sick, man.
yeah.
No, I was just genuinely, this is not like some fake camera reaction. Like, this is really sick.
Yeah.
And I saw you also did a collab with K3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was insane. Oh, that was so funny.
Yeah.
The biggest like girl group in the Netherlands and Belgium were like in my studio, and I was like, this is so weird.
That's
you know, and that's just weird. And,
Yeah.
but I think it's pretty special.
All right, Jack, this has been an amazing day to learn a little bit more about your story, your connection with Dutch culture, and just kind of everything you got going on. So thank you for sharing all that, man. And
man.
just one last thing I want to know is, what does the future have in store for Mr. Shore?
Good question. This year has been so focused on like content, and I think I've put a lot of emphasis on like really learning Dutch culture and also through that really expanding my audience. But it was sort of this beautiful mix of building an audience while also like really learning a lot myself.
Yeah.
That was a lot of focus this year.
Yeah.
And I'm really hoping already now, like I'm starting to like really focusing more on the music side of things. Like that's at the end of the day, that is like a big reason why I moved here was the music.
Yeah.
So it was a good little journey to go through.
Yeah.
And I'm still in that journey as we speak. But I just want to focus more on that and work with as many Dutch artists as I can.
Nice.
And start performing here in the Netherlands, hopefully in the coming months. Maybe next summer I'll already have some performances. I don't know, in some Dutch festivals. So.